that point, we'll.
There we go. Woohoo! Well, welcome everyone to our Tuesday night Collaborating Connections professional networking Zoom meeting. My name is actually Dawn Evans Casey, not Jennifer Johnson. And I have been the leader of this group for the past 6 years. This is actually, September was the month we started way back in, what was that, 20 something?
I don't know. It seems like it's been longer than what you said, but I trust you. I trust you. I feel like you guys have been part of our landscape for a long time. So I don't know, but longer than, but that's okay. That's what it's all about. So no big deal. I will be right back though. Keep talking.
Okay, no problem. So we've got some new faces on the call tonight, which is always awesome to see. This is actually our 6-year celebration / Visitors Day. So I'm glad to see that we have some visitors tonight. Let's see. I wasn't the first one on because, you know, my brain automatically did the regular login, forgetting that this was a special group. So who was do we know who was the first one to log on tonight?
Probably Jennifer.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
What was she saying about me?
You were
Jennifer,
probably the
who was
first one to log into the
log
new
on
account.
tonight?
I was the first one to log in, but I will tell you, let's see, it was Lurdine that was first.
Lurdine.
I don't count. Yep, I don't count because I had the combination.
Okay. You always count, Jennifer.
Oh, thank you.
But I have a door prize for the first login this evening. So Miss Lurdine, Lady L, I have for you a Collaborating Connections t-shirt.
Awesome.
And you'll just have to let me know your size and whether you prefer a long sleeve or a short sleeve. But I don't know if you can see that.
Well, as we head to winter, I'd say a long sleeve.
All right.
That's amazing. There's t-shirts. I didn't know there were t-shirts. Nice.
And you could do a large.
All righty.
Yeah, very cool.
Gotcha. And as I mentioned previously, today is our 6-year anniversary of our networking group. So I just wanted to give a little background on that. In 6 years, this group has been in 3 different locations. We kicked off in Greenfield, Indiana, meeting at the Collaborate 317 shared workspace. And that closed down, I think, in 2018, and we moved on to Lawrence, Indiana, to the Donato's Party Room on Sunnyside Road, where we met every Tuesday night. And then COVID hit, and we went virtual to this Zoom meeting. So we've pretty much been doing this since 2020. And it actually seems to have worked out for this group in that our members aren't in rush hour traffic, zooming around town, trying to make it to a location for our 6 p.m. meeting. And we have the simplicity of just logging in online. As well, we can now engage with and meet up with some wonderful professionals from coast to coast and around the world. So you don't have to be here in Indiana to be able to network. And that is a wonderful thing for people whose businesses do not have geographic boundaries where they can do business with anybody. This is a great resource. We also have connected with individuals really around the world, and we've had visitors from Canada and Europe and, oh gosh, all sorts of places. Sometimes there's a timing difference that of course applies, but we love to meet new business people, find out what's going on all around the world, and help each other. So, in addition to the 3 locations, I've pretty much been the leader since the beginning, and recruited Nancy Vesley in the last couple of years to be a co-leader with me. I'm not always available every Tuesday night, but if we can, we certainly want to make sure to make this available for members to connect and chat and engage. So
She froze.
What? I froze?
You froze, but you're back. Isn't
Oh,
that
okay.
creepy? That's
Yeah.
creepy.
It says my internet is unstable. Darn. Okay. Well, just give me a sign or something if that happens again, and I'll repeat myself. All
We'll do that.
So in addition, in the past 6 years, we have over 60 videos on our YouTube channel for Collaborating Connections. So if you ever want to watch any of those videos, the 60 to 90 minutes, and find out what other visitors have come across Collaborating Connections, you have some time on your hands, there you go. Join our YouTube channel, even if you can't log in and you just want to stay on top of what's going on. With that YouTube channel, we are connected to 19 different playlists. So everything about networking and professional development and business growth and marketing and all that, we are connected so that somebody can find us in our playlist and get connected to Collaborating Connections.
Okay, a quick one down. What's the channel?
It is Collaborating Connections
Okay.
on YouTube. In addition, we have a social media presence with, let's see, 5 or 6 different social media groups. On Facebook, Collaborating Connections has its own public page as well as a private Collaborating Connections group. So if you'd like to get invited to the private group, let me know. But anybody, members, non-members, interested in professional development, networking, etc., can join our Facebook Collaborating Connections page. Additionally, TTR Networking, which is our parent organization, has a Facebook page. And let me see, Collaborating Connections is also on Alignable, which is another social media networking resource. And we are, thanks to TTR Networking and Jennifer Johnson, Collaborating Connections is also a partner with the Inspire Small Biz. So there are several social media resources that we are connected to that give us an opportunity to branch out, widen our circles of influence, and connect with other wonderful business professionals. Through TTR Networking, there are over, oh gosh, I don't even know how many active members we have right now. Jennifer, can you give us an idea?
Okay, so there you go. You froze on us, Dawn.
Okay, sorry.
We were having a little laugh at your expense, sorry. But you said we have right now we're kind of evolving again, but we have 10 groups, I believe. So is that that's where I think you cut off there? Yeah.
I was wondering how many active members overall, just to give an idea of even beyond this group, we're still connected to.
Well, and that's actually a really good question, because right at the moment we are transitioning into our new website. So I would just say we have a handful of people that are new members and they're still waiting to pay, which is fine. It's fine. Believe me, if you're in that position, you're not like, I didn't forget you. We're transitioning to the new website. We at any time probably have between 70 and 90 members. And that sounds silly, but if you saw the list of people I have right now that want to be members, and some people who have unfortunately maybe changed jobs or their job is taken off or something, transitioning. But we I am very happy with the people, the number we have and the people that we have. And we're all glad you're here. You're all here today. So thank you very much, Sean. I didn't mean to. take
Oh,
the-
no, thank you.
That's really it.
I also wanted to share Collaborating Connections, and as part of TTR Networking, we're a membership networking group, and we realize that we are more effective and productive professionals as a group or a team rather than just out there hunkering down and trying to get by day to day in our business by ourselves. So the groups, as Jennifer mentioned, there's about 10 different groups that meet on different days at different times. Collaborating Connections is the only group that meets in the evening currently via Zoom. And we do because some of our members actually are wear multiple hats. Like myself, I have a day job, a 9 to 5, where I'm a corporate auditor. But I have been cultivating my entrepreneurial endeavors outside of my regular business day. And having an evening meeting allows me to do that. So, and there are other members of our group as well that are in that boat. And we like to be able to provide a networking resource to those who find this time of day to be most conducive. So we are industry exclusive to a certain degree, meaning only one member from each industry is allowed to be a member of Collaborating Connections. But if the slot for your industry is already filled here, of course, we have 9 other groups that you can possibly be a part of. And in that industry exclusivity, there is some flexibility. I know that Nancy Vesley, as our health insurance exclusive member, we also could have an individual who does the home and auto liability commercial insurance. So, and that slot is currently open within the Collaborating Connections group. I wanted to make sure to share with everyone that To the Rescue, TTR, the rescues is an acronym that stands for the tenets that Collaborating Connections and TTR networking members wholeheartedly support and believe in. The R is for relationships. We believe that that's the cornerstone of good business, is building good, trusting, long-lasting relationships. The E is for education. So we not only get on the calls every week to introduce ourselves and our business, but to share and educate everyone about what it is that we do so that they can give robust and knowledgeable referrals, not just saying, you know, here's a referral that you need to contact, but as they talk to our potential prospects, they can say, you know, I know this person well. I talk to them on a weekly basis. I know their business acumen, and this is what they do. You two need to talk and see if perhaps you'd be a good fit for each other. The S is for success strategies. For all of us, whether we've been in business for a short time or a long time, we have found some things that work well for us. So we love to have the opportunity to communicate and share what resources, ideas, tricks of the trade have worked, and perhaps give an opportunity for others to ask questions, tweak our minds, and utilize some of those same success strategies. The C is for community. We believe in our surrounding community that is often a source of our clientele. We want the community groups and nonprofits to thrive right along with us, and we love to give back. So we look for opportunities to contribute our time, talents, and treasures. The U is for understanding. We want to gain a good knowledge and understanding of each other. have a pretty good mental picture of what good business is, what it looks like, and we get to reiterate that on a weekly basis. And the second E is for execution. For all that we talk about and all that we do, it wouldn't mean anything unless we put it into action. So there you go. That's our rescue acronym in a nutshell. I think that we've got a couple of people who have already started populating the chat room with their business information, and I would love to invite everybody to go ahead and put your name, your business name, briefly what you do, your phone number, email address, and perhaps your website in the chat room. And a follow-up email that I will send out to all of the attendees, as well as when I post the recording of this meeting on our Facebook page, on our YouTube channel. I can put your connection out there so that people will be able to see who you are and how to get in touch with you. So if you don't mind, go ahead and populate that in the chat. Just to give you a quick idea of what our agenda is on a weekly basis, we usually start off beyond the welcome discussing wins, sharing some wins that may have occurred within the past week or something great that's coming up very soon. We think that it's important to fluff each other up and celebrate each other. So we always discuss our wins. I ask Jennifer Johnson to provide the TTR networking updates, what's going on in the broader scheme of TTR networking so that everybody can stay in the know. We do the roundtable introductions. So each and every professional that is on the call tonight will have an opportunity to introduce themselves and their business and tell us a little bit about what is your niche? What is it that you really enjoy doing? Since this is our birthday celebration call, I'd like to add a question that everybody can answer during their introductions. If you could gift yourself and your business something, irregardless of the cost, irregardless of how far-fetched it may be, what would that be? You know, it could be you'd want to go take a vacation that you think that would benefit you and your business, or maybe there's a business application or software out there that you're really wanting to get a hold of that could improve your business, or you want to expand your marketing with some wildly innovative marketing techniques. Whatever it is, if you could give yourself a birthday gift today, you and your business, what would that be? After the introductions, we usually cover a professional development discussion, and we have monthly themes. This month's theme is successful 60-second elevator pitches. So we had a really good discussion last week on that, and we're looking forward to talking a little bit more. Then we just do a wrap up with positivity and good wishes, and encourage everyone to follow up with some one-to-one conversations. Certainly there's so much that we can't cover in just this 60 to 90 minute discussion. So we encourage, reach out to each other and set up a one-to-one call, meet in person, do a one-to-one Zoom, talk more, find out what you have in common and how you can help each other. Okay. So let's see. I've got another prize here. I'm gonna ask a question, and whoever populates it in the chat first. Does anybody recall how many videos on YouTube I said Collaborating Connections has? All right, CB got it. CB was the first to respond. Yes. All right, CB. I have for you a lovely Collaborating Connections coffee mug. that's going to be coming your way.
That'll be
takes
perfect
this-
for the coffee drinker in my house.
I was gonna say, she takes this very seriously, guys. She lives, breathes, eats, sleeps, and even has coffee cups and t-shirts made for collaborating.
Wow.
She's awesome.
See,
She is.
I drink hot chocolate out of that. I don't drink coffee really. So,
Oh my gosh.
all right. All right. I want to open the floor. Does anybody have any wins? I know somebody's got a win out there to share. Yes. Jennifer Johnson, would you please share with us your win?
Well, actually, it was a win because CB was there too. It's really cool. And CB and his wife, Catherine, and their kids, two of your kids, three of your kids, I don't remember. But I just finished up this last weekend. I did it. And that's what she said, the She Said project. I was one of the speakers, presenters, and I got to sing the finale. So I was pretty excited. And you know what they've done, CB, is they've sent a, I don't know what you call it, but they did a really cool mix of the finale, and you hear people clapping. Now, Philip, my husband, recorded it, but on our video camera, which was really cool. But it's just really cool because you have to, and when the video comes out, we'll let you know, but it's 10 women from Indianapolis. This was the inaugural year, and we just did it last Friday. And I would just encourage, this has been out there for 10 years. Oh, Nancy was there too. She's hiding over there. Nancy was there, yes. But this is the inaugural year. So they've been doing this 10 years, and now they are celebrating 10 years by opening the Indianapolis market. And I would tell you, you might be sitting there thinking, what the heck is this thing? And I would just tell you, well, CB and his daughter, their daughter, did the photography, which they did an awesome job. But the whole thing is, we all are storytellers. There's all kinds of stories. And until you hear these stories, I mean, the ladies that were there, I think might be able to, confirm this, but you just looking at somebody, you don't know what their story is. And when you start to hear the story, you're like, oh my gosh. I mean, some of these things mine was silly, but it was something that was a big part of my childhood and growing up. But anyway, it was unbelievable experience. 10 women and I was one of them. It was just unbelievable. So now they will do it every year, and they may do it more than just, they did it at the they're talking about, they probably have enough people and opportunity to maybe to do it like on the north and the south side or something. But I would just tell you, I know CB, I was so excited because they were looking for a photographer right at the very beginning and I said, well, I know one, I know a guy, and there we plugged him in, and you were maximizing the opportunity, I think. So for me, that was unbelievable experience. And I was just really happy to see people I knew that came out to the show, Nancy, and sponsored. Nancy was a sponsor, and then CB and Ariana, right, was a sponsor as well. So anyway, I'll leave it at that, but it was unbelievable. I am so excited that I got to be part of it. I'm still flying a little bit high, and I haven't drunk anything. This is just plain hot chocolate, I promise.
Well, you deserve that. Congrats, Jennifer. I really think that I wasn't there, but I'm looking forward to seeing that recording.
Thank you.
Does anyone else have a win they'd like to share from the past week or coming up? CB?
Well, to follow up on Jennifer, obviously I was there for the That's What She Said event. And it was really interesting because some people had inspirational stories, some people had struggles and overcoming a lot. I mean, it's just really good. And now I got to do the photography for the event, and I got to do the headshots initially. Jennifer's over here for me. That's why I'm pointing over here, because in my screen, this is Jennifer. Anyway, but I got to do the headshots for him initially, and then I got to do the pictures of the show. My daughter Ariana, who is also working on getting her photography stuff up and going, but she's still in high school. But anyway, we got to do the event and everything, so that was a big win, and lots of exposure there. I got our name up on the board. They sold about 320 tickets.
Yeah.
So it was good exposure to a lot of people. For those who aren't in the Indianapolis area, Carmel's kind of a well-to-do area. So you're in front of a lot of people who have extra means to spend, so it can be a good place to get your name out. So anyway, nope, that was a great win. So looking to see what win is next, because there's more coming.
Awesome. Of course, stay optimistic. They'll flow, manifest that. All right. Does anyone else have a win that they would like to share? All righty. Well, we'll move on. And as I mentioned, next, I'd like Jennifer Johnson to share with us any TTR networking updates that we need to know.
Well, thank you. And actually, I just leave it, or not leave it, but share it. Carol, I'm sending you a link in a minute. But this is the deal. We have been transitioning to a new website. So if you are not familiar with our website, and Kim, I will send you one as well. But basically, I'm just, Kimberly, don't want anybody to think that we've left you high and dry if you're interested in being a member or you know, checking out more of our groups or whatever. One of the things that I have we do want to get to know you first, and we want you to know us. You're not roped into joining at all. You're hopefully getting to know us, and then you get the opportunity to say, okay, I think I'll give this a try for a few months. So don't, you know, anyway. So the website's been morphing, but if you go to TTR Networking, it'll take you to our networking page. If you go to therescuein.com, that will take you to our homepage, and basically you'll be able to, you know, go all over. We haven't had a new website in, I don't know, 10 years. I don't know. We've been out here 13 years. We started out, we've just done what we could do at the time. And I'm very excited because with the new website, there's all kinds of things. Anybody who is a current member, do not panic. You are not in there yet. You will be in there. I had people in the other group saying to me, but I tried to log in. It won't let me log in. You aren't in there yet. We are working on this because we want to make sure everybody's individually put in and all that stuff. But anyway, new website, but new opportunity beyond what I have ever thought we could do as far as what's all under one umbrella. And so we have this event tonight. We have every month we have a open networking at the Haverstick, which is where Kimberly Goode found us. And when you hear what her story is, you're going to say, what? That crazy woman? Oh, you're on the call, aren't you? Oh, sorry. You know, I'm just joking. But people find us. We put it out on Eventbrite, and we have a couple open networking events every month. And so anybody that's in, you have a home group that you're connected to, and then you can go visit some of these other ones, especially if you're somebody who's not in an industry that everybody else, you know, we do have the industry exclusive. I do want people to please reach out to me. Let me know. I mean, you know, Carol was the first realtor we've had in our network that actually is happy to help anybody anywhere. And I don't want to put words in your mouth, Carol, but when you said that, I said, that's awesome. You know, she'll tell you more. So I'm piquing your interest. But so we have on the 29th of September, if you're in the Indianapolis area, or if you're from Kentucky, you could come to our open networking on Friday, the 29th at the Haverstick, which is from 8:30 to 9:45. And we have had some of the most interesting people, and that's where Kim found us. It was so wonderful. But then Next month, we're going to have a big celebration and this is for all our members and anybody that's considering it, but it's October the 26th is a Thursday night. We're going to be at Pinheads and we're going to have a big party celebrating our new website, celebrating our community partners, our global partners, and all our members, just our supportive, wonderful people that are in our network. And we'd love to have you, join us. So look for that. It's not on the website yet. It will be. We like to get registrations. So we usually go through Eventbrite and then I send out more information. But we have a number of things that are this is the time now with the new website to just get going. So I'm going to turn it over to Dawn, but you get a flavor. We are trying to do all kinds of online and in-person things because people are eager for the in-person again. So anyway, thank you, Dawn.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. Much appreciated. Next, we are going to move on into our roundtable introductions. And I'm going to ask the current members of TTR, I'm sorry, Collaborating Connections to do their introductions and just to give a lead, a feel for it to our visitors. As well, let's see. I mentioned that if you would answer the question at the end of your introduction. Let's see, we will start off with Nancy Vesley. Are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
Now I'm trying to remember what the question was.
If you could gift anything to yourself and your business.
Oh, okay. Nancy Vesley, IHC Specialty Benefits. I sell health insurance to people in Indiana only, either under 65 or Medicare, which is coming up fast. And I help them, even if I don't sell them anything, I like to talk to them and tell them what their options are. Because if you end up making your deductible, if you have kids and you make your deductible every year, there's supplements you can purchase outside of your regular insurance that would help cover those deductibles so they don't have to come out of your pocket every year. That type of thing is what I like to help people with. What else? Medicare. From October 15th to December 7th, we're hot and heavy, and all seniors' mailboxes will be filled up with other people promoting themselves on Medicare to help them make the best decision on what plans they're on for the next year. And if I had to gift myself something, I don't know. I'd gift myself a bird room so my birds could be in their own room and not in the middle of the house and aggravate everybody like he's doing now.
I can barely hear them. I remember we used to hear them
when I was down
really
there
participating on the call.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much, Nancy Vesley. Does anyone have any questions for Nancy this evening? I just want to add, particularly Nancy does all of the training and stays on top of all of the changes that are happening in the healthcare insurance related. So if you know of anybody who's just got questions or who's getting bombarded with that information and doesn't know a trusted person to call and talk to, Nancy is a wonderful resource. So thanks again, Nancy. Okay, next I'm going to invite Robert Hailey. Are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
Sure. Good evening, everyone. How you doing? Okay. Robert Hailey with Old National Bank. I'm a community development mortgage loan officer. I do mostly focus most of my time with low to moderate first-time home buyers, but I've been doing this business over 25 years, so I give you a wealth of knowledge in that sense in the mortgage world. I spend my time, most of my day, trying to help people doing seminars, education piece with first-time home buyers, community partners, and investors itself to understand how to assist and help people to understand what is a first-time home buyer and how to become a homeowner. It's really so I do that all day long. So we have a great, fantastic program to help anyone that's looking to be a first-time home buyer. Is their credit score 600 credit scores, and looking to be a first-time I have money to assist them. I have a great program there itself for first-time home buyers, and they're looking to either understand or just consult. My belief is anyone that's working on a job for at least 2 years or longer consistently, and renting somewhere, they should be a homeowner. Why not? We have money to assist them itself to help. And right now we have a great program just came out again. This just started on the 5th with the Home Boost program to help. That is $15,000 grant money forgivable at closing. And my program, which is home manager, has nine. I say my top end is 9,000. So if they qualify for my 9,000, which is a minority Black census tract, that's $24,000 to help someone be a homeowner. And forgiving that closing, meaning that there's no, they don't have to do anything special. They don't have to be holding on the house for 5 years. No, forgivable at closing. Only requirement they had to, with the Home Boost, identify themselves as a minority. That's it. So you don't have to wait to have 20% down if you're looking to buy a home or considering. If you're not a homeowner, you should be. Again, Robert Hailey for Old National Bank. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Robert. There's so much that you have to be helping individuals get into a home, even if it's for the first time. So that's absolutely great. Do we have any questions for Robert this evening?
You say if I give myself something, I can clone myself. If I can clone myself, that'd be the best idea for me to help me to do more than I do, because I'm spread pretty thin sometimes.
Awesome. Awesome.
That's my gift to myself. If I can give a gift, that'd be it.
Gotcha.
But,
do we have any questions for Robert this evening?
I have one.
Yes.
Robert, where are you located?
my office is here on the east side of town at 6880.
Indianapolis?
Yep, Indianapolis, Indiana.
Okay.
I do loans we can do loans in all 50 states, but I concentrate here in Indianapolis, Indiana. But we can do loans in all over itself.
Okay. Thank you.
You're more than welcome.
Okay, let's see. Well, let me go ahead and move on. Carol Blackmon, are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
I sure am. Yes, thank you very much. My name is Carol Blackmon. I am a real estate agent. I am licensed in 2 states, Indiana and Florida, so I can help you whether you're coming or going or both. And I can also help anybody pretty much globally. We have probably almost 90,000 agents now across the globe. We're in 27 different countries. So if you're wanting to relocate internationally or just across the street or into a different neighborhood, I can help you do that. In fact, I just had a girl call me. She lives in Michigan. She's a daughter of a good friend of mine. And she said, I'm getting the runaround around here. She said, can you help me? I said, absolutely. So I hooked her up with a loan officer that's licensed in Michigan. And Robert, I didn't know you were there for me, but I hooked her up with a person that's licensed in Michigan, and she's going to get her all taken care of. And then I'm going to find a local agent, local to her area that she's wanting, and find somebody to take very, very good care of her. And that I did my good deed. I made sure she was taken care of. And I will make sure that everything's going smoothly throughout the way. And if there's anything that I can help them with, then I'm there to help. But that's what I do. I'm here to help people. I got into this business because of the nightmare stories I heard that people went through with it, whether it be agents, whether it be the lender, whether it be the title company, or something went haywire. And most of the time, unfortunately, it's agents. We are unfortunately, second or third from the bottom when it comes to careers that people like. I think we're just above used car salesmen and lawyers. That's about it. I'm not that way. I am in this to help people. I've had a career. I spent 35 years in the automotive industry. I'm doing this because I want to help people. And I love this. I love what I do. And it's not about it's never about the money. It's always about the people, because if you take care of the people, they'll take care of you. And that's who I am.
Awesome. Thanks so much for sharing, Carol.
Thank
Do
you.
we have any questions this evening for Carol Black? Oh, Carol. So
Yeah.
if you could gift yourself something,
Yeah.
what
Oh.
would it be?
It would be gift myself a lot more people to help.
Ooh,
All right.
nobody
more
else can
people to help.
say that now. She just stole the best answer right there.
I'm
Jeez.
sorry.
No, that was great. That's a good one. That's a good
Yeah,
one.
I want more people to help. That's what I want.
Yeah, love that. Questions for Carol? Okay. Well, let's see. I am going to ask Kimberly Goode. Are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
I am. Hello, everybody. I'm Kimberly Goode, and I am in Louisville, Kentucky right now. I travel all over the United States. Well, so far, just a lot on the east side, getting ready to do more in 2024, all more on the West Coast and stuff like that. But I do bookkeeping and payroll, and we are profit first professionals. And so I don't know if anybody has read the book or is aware of Profit First, but Profit First is a way of helping your clients with their bookkeeping. It's a tool. We do have a profit assessment, so we can help people to focus on profiting in their business. And it helps them to the business owner to pay themselves and save for taxes. So that is what we focus on, is bookkeeping and payroll and profit first. And right now we are coming up on, let's see, in 3 days, the extension for corporate businesses is up. And in a month, October 15th, the extension for individuals and LLCs and sole proprietors, that is coming up, due in the 15th. After that extension, there is no more extension. You're late. That's it. So I am looking for people that are so busy with their businesses that they have even put that extension on the back burner, and they need help getting their books and stuff caught up so that they can get their taxes done on time by the 15th of October. I am looking for people that don't want to be in that situation next year and would like to file on time at the beginning of the year and need their 2023 books caught up so that they are on track and doing what they need to get everything done in time and no stress. Just alleviate that stress of tax season by having everything done and ready. So that is what we do. And if I had to gift myself something, it would be, or if I get to gift myself, not if I have to, if I get to gift myself something, it would be, like a lot of you all in this group already know, I'm going to be doing these trade shows and expos and stuff all over the place next year. I would gift myself like paying for that. Like it would already be paid for, done, and I would not have to pay anything for it. So I would just not worry about the bill, just get in the car and travel and find people. And that's what I would do.
Awesome. Awesome. Do we have any questions for Kimberly Goode? Yes, Melanie.
Sorry, I can't find the unmute button. Do you deal with C Corps at all?
I have, yes. Now I will say that I've had more S Corp businesses than I have C, but yes, I have had C in the past.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know they're kind of few and far between that even want to deal with the C Corp. So
Yeah, they're not that common. I've only met, actually in the whole 10 years, I've only met one person that was a C Corp. And then we did their books. But yeah, a lot of businesses are S Corps and sole proprietor or LLC. So
kind of shocked about that, since it has to do with like rolling your retirement into a business. So I figured that would be more common, but I guess maybe not.
I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why. It's just, but yeah, the most common is S Corp, but yeah.
Just really quick too, and Kimberly joined us one Friday a couple months ago, and I alluded to that earlier, but literally you drove from Kentucky to our meeting, didn't you, or something? Were you that crazy? But it was really neat because I was looking at this, I'm like, I've never met her before, and then turns out she's from Kentucky and she had joined our meeting.
See, I always, and my boyfriend makes fun of me for this because my perception of distance is different from everybody else's. So I always say, like, for example, there's a bingo hall or something like down, like maybe a half a mile down that way. And when I tell him, I'm like, yeah, the bingo hall across the street. He's like, that's not across the street. There's a house across the street from you. The bingo is like way down there. So to me, Indianapolis is literally, it's less than 2 hours away. So it's not a really big deal. That's a morning drive. So I'll, shoot up to Indianapolis and visit them, and it's not a big deal.
And I'm not trying to make, I keep talking about it, but literally we were just so happy to meet you. And I just remember thinking, she drove from Kentucky. Our meeting started at 8:30, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, to me, that's
so I could make sure I knew where I was. I want to start this like really cool. I want to stick on the back of my SUV my logo, and actually my logo is a compass because I love to drive everywhere. So the G in Goode is a compass, and I want to stick this all on the back of my car and do some kind of social media thing where people see me and take pictures of me all over the United States and like post it on my social media, like it or something. I was like, that'd be so fun, and see where people see me.
Sounds like something we should be doing through TTR. Who's the next person? It's Kimberly sightings. Where is she now? How many of us can find, and then there should be a winner, and you get into that, Dawn, right? Okay,
Yeah.
I'll quit. Yeah,
And,
cool.
and I'm even going to recommend one of our former collaborating connections members, Pauline, and her services might be able to help you with creating that Windows sticker logo sign.
Oh yes, please
PSR
do.
designs.
Yeah.
So,
and if you all know anybody that makes t-shirts, I need those made too.
okay, good deal.
And yeah, I need some long ones. I'm 6'2", so I need long clothes.
Wow. Okay.
I didn't want to
You're
say,
tall.
but she is a tall girl. And when she walked in and she was looking really nice, I'm like, my gosh, she's really put together. And then I find out she drove from Kentucky to her. Okay, quit talking. Dawn, take it away.
Kimberly, I know I've asked you before, but for this group, can you share, what size businesses do you work with? What small business, is not too small to garner your payroll and bookkeeping services?
We have clients that have just one person and we run payroll for them. With that, it is more up to the business owner when they're going to pay themselves. Their payroll is very flexible. A lot of the times, people will come in from different payroll companies and they'll say, okay, this is how much it costs if you run it weekly. This is how much it runs if you run it bi-weekly or whatever. They base the price off that. We don't do that. Your price is a base price, and then you can run your payroll every day for all I care. I mean, I don't. Like, some of my clients will say, no, don't pay me this month, or, oh, hey, can you put in a payroll for me for this Friday? Yeah, you got it. It's so easy with us. I have a girl that works with me named Rosemary. They just text her and boom, she's got their payroll run. So, but if you've got more payroll people, obviously your employees want to know when they're consistently getting paid. So we run businesses from 1 person up to 50 employees. And that's what really is standard, is like a small business is considered 1 to 50 employees. We've had businesses that bring in 50,000 a month, and we've had businesses that bring in multi-million dollars a month. So we work with just about any size business. We don't want to work with like Humana or
Gotcha.
we don't want to work with like that big.
Okay.
But we're not looking for like the cable company, but working with the
Okay.
other business.
Thanks so much, Kimberly.
Thank you.
I am now going to invite CD. Are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
Always. Thank you, Dawn.
Yay.
To answer the question, boy, time would be nice. If I could gift myself something, time would be nice. But since I'm not a master of time, would like to gift myself. I don't know. That's a hard one. So, anyway, I'm CB Bjork. I'm with Ascension Imaging Studio. We do headshots, branding, marketing, seniors, portraits, real estate. I'm a licensed FAA drone pilot, so I can fly my drone basically in almost any airspace that's out there. So great for getting aerial shots of a lot of stuff. It's also actually a strange way to get pets to look up at the camera really well, because they will focus in on that drone like it's a laser beam, and you'll get a really good shot of your pet. So one of those funny things. AscensionImagingStudio.com. You can find me, CB, at Ascension Imaging Studio. My phone number is in the thing. You can text or call in the chat, and happy to work with you for your photography needs. So let's get together and collaborate. Thank you.
Super awesome. Do we have any questions for CD at Ascension Photography this evening? All righty. Jennifer Johnson,
Yes.
are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
Yes, I'm Jennifer Johnson. I am the founder of TTR Networking, which stands for To the Rescue Networking, which is maybe kind of silly, but I was an insurance agent many years ago, and I was kind of floating out there by myself and decided that there were a lot of networking things that I joined, chambers and different organizations, including BNI and Gold Star. And I'm not here to tell you that any of those are not, that we're the best, but I do think that we have a certain niche. And really what it is relationships. We talk about it all the time, but you just have to be in front of your people on a regular basis. So this is one way to do it. We all have our different clientele, and you know how you stay in front of them. But literally, I think it's, 5 to 12 times people need to be exposed to what it is you do, educated before they're even going to necessarily buy. So we've all got our jobs cut out for us in making sure that people know. And if you have a number of things that you offer, it becomes even that more, that more, CB shaking his head, but it literally is. And if you're not here every week, or if you're not, making that contact with people every week, it is very difficult for them to remember. So that's why we meet every week. I was in BNI. BNI is great. Gold Star is great. Chambers are great. You really need to be doing a lot of different things. And I just give all those people all of you that are on tonight for sure, but those members who've been around, who've stuck it, with it, I hope that along the way, at some point, you look back and say, yeah, it was worth it. And I guess I would just say, who do you know out there? I'm a relationship marketing coach. So literally I have, I have a lot of different things that we work into our themes of the month and all that kind of thing with TTR. But literally, who do you know that's out there that really is trying to build, maybe their business is going crazy, or maybe it's not going where they want it at all. And sometimes it's just that regular weekly thing. And it's also that thing where you're in here and somebody says something and you're like, oh, CB does headshots? I didn't know that. I've been talking to him for weeks or months. I didn't clips. And it, oh my gosh, we just have to be here. I know there's so many things that you all do, but it's that regular, top of mind awareness. So who do you know that's out there that needs that? Who maybe doesn't realize that there's a group of people, there's all kinds of people that would help them, but this is the group that you say, you know what, do you know a good mortgage person? I say, I got him, Robert Hailey. There you go. He's right there. That's the thing that we're all trying to strive for. So anyway, I'll leave that, but thank you all for being on tonight. Thank you, Don.
Thank you, Jennifer.
You're welcome.
Does anyone have any questions this evening for Jennifer Johnson?
No.
Don't get me started.
All righty. Let's see. Before we move on, I think I'll do another door prize. Let's see what question I have. Who can tell me, and please populate your answer in the chat room, and whoever answers first is the winner. Who can tell me what the first E in the rescue acronym stands for?
I'm not going to answer that one.
Nancy Vesley. All righty. You are the winner, and I know I was actually going to give away the Collaborating Connections notepad, which I want everybody as you're networking to have something to write in, take notes, write down contact information is essential. So it's always good to have. I know Nancy already has that. So Nancy, you're actually getting a Steak and Shake gift card. There you go. And Steak and Shake is my my day job, my 9 to 5, where I'm a corporate auditor. So I hope that you like Steak and Shake, something there that you like, Nancy. I hope you enjoy that. All right. So we will continue now, and I'm going to go ahead and invite our visitors to do introductions before I do mine. So Lardine Hervey, who is my longtime friend. When I started out in my travel entrepreneurial endeavor, that's when I met Lardine, and it's been a pleasure knowing her ever since. So I've invited her, and she is doing a new entrepreneurial endeavor. So I'll turn it over. Lardine, are you ready?
She's been trying to get me on here a minute. I said, let me go ahead and jump on.
Thank
I didn't
you.
know what it was about, so I decided I'll pop on tonight, and I did let her know that I would be joining. And again, like she said, I'm Lardine Hervey. We met in a previous this one. It has truly helped me gain my confidence. And that's my mission with this one, to help others find their voice. Who is someone who was shy, silenced for so long. I mean, no matter what it was. I've been shot, you name it, it's happened. And to look at me today, from where I started, you were like, no, she's not doing all of this, and she's been through it. But like she said, everybody has a story. And that's what I'm telling everybody. You're here for a reason. You got to keep pushing. Whatever obstacle comes your way, you can get through it. As long as you're still breathing, you're still here, you'll make it. And that happened with me doing what I'm doing now. It's still direct sales, as we say, word of mouth, whatever you want to call it. But I love it because it's jewelry. And I love it when I sell something somebody and they post a picture and you see that bright smile on their face. I'm like, okay, I've done it again, but I'll keep pushing. But it's only $5. And I'm like, I love going out, even if I'm sharing a blessing bag that I call them, I have a piece in there along with my card. I did one lady one day, I was in Walgreens and she had a look on her face like she wasn't having a good day. I'm like, okay, what's going on? So I handed her one and she had the biggest smile. She said, that's for me. I'm like, yes, you don't have to pay for it. I'm giving it to you. Don't worry about the cost or anything. And she left out of there just so happy. I'm like, okay, so I'm in the right one right now. And we're going to keep pushing. I said, because that's my goal, to help as many as I can find their voice, whatever has silenced them or tried to silence them. So again, I'm Lurdine Hervey. And if you're looking for those treasures, I've got them.
All righty. Thank you so much, Lurdine, for sharing your story. And it is Treasures by Lady L.
Treasures from Lady L.
Okay. Okay. So, and you've got a website, Facebook page, etc.
I'm all on social media. You got me on TikTok. You got me Instagram. I'm on Facebook. You name it, I'm on it.
And I met you were in Indianapolis then, right?
No, I was in Minnesota.
Minnesota. Oh, okay.
Where I'm at now. We drove down to.
And now you've moved to where?
I was in Texas. I relocated back to Minnesota with the grands and my children. Because, you know, my husband passed, what was that, 2 days after my birthday in 20.
Oh, so sorry.
Mm-hmm. So I had to keep pushing.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing. Does anyone have any questions for Lurdine this evening? Okay. As I mentioned previously, I'm going to make sure that all of the contact information is shared with everyone on the call, as well as when we post to YouTube and Facebook. Next up, I'm going to invite Melanie Massey. Are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
Sure. I ate, but I'm glad nobody else is. No, I keep it very PG for this stuff. So my name is Melanie Massey. I am one of the owners of Spalding Decon in Indianapolis. I put restoration in the category because that's technically what we do. But our focus is really on biohazard crime scene type cleanups and hoarder homes. We also do water mitigation, mold remediation, rodent dropping cleanups, and drug remediations as well. And I'm learning there's no limit to what we really can clean. We cleaned a set of rubber weights last week, so because they didn't enjoy the smell. So we'll clean just about anything as long as it's pretty extreme, is what I would say. That's the bulk of what we do. Again, keep it a PG. You don't need all the gritty details like that. And then if I had to gift myself something, I did technically gift myself something for the business. We just got our financial stuff going, so I'm super excited about that. If I had to gift myself a second thing, though, I would get some more amazing employees. I have one really amazing, dedicated employee I'm looking to add to my team, and I'm realizing how rare that really is. And I would love another one.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you for sharing, Melanie. Do we have any questions for Melanie Massey this evening?
I would just say, if I can I don't really have questions because I've been talking to Melanie for a couple of weeks now, maybe. And she and I met before, right when she launched, around the time she launched her business. But I would just say that she is very well respected and highly endorsed by a few of our other PTR members, and one of them being our only global partner, which is Offset House Printing, which is Robert Bonjour. And all I can tell you is that's one of the cool things about a networking organization. I mean, it also can work against you. You know, if you don't take care of your clients, it can come back to haunt you. But when you do a good job, it can be one of the most powerful things, because I had already met Melanie, but I started hearing through the grapevine, you got to talk to Melanie. And I'm thinking, I know her. And now we've reconnected. So I would just say, and I think, Melanie, you said it very many times, but you don't know people who necessarily need what Melanie does right now, right? but we can all introduce her to people that may need her services at some point. And you had said like apartment well, what did you say today? You had a couple other
people that deal with people,
Okay.
anybody in their homes. And usually we do businesses, we do vehicles as well. We've done sheds, we've done warehouses, we've done school refrigerators. Again, no limits to what we can do. But yeah, the people that deal with people, so multifamily units or even property managers of single family homes, that we love them because they have volume. They're not going to meet us every day by any means, but I learned even one of the big ones here in Indianapolis and around the US had never dealt with a suicide in one of their homes until just recently. And so luckily I was already on their vendor list. So when they called and they said, yeah, we don't really have anybody, I said, no, yeah, you do, which was kind of nice.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you sharing all of those ideas for connections and people that you need to be partnered with or connected to for more business. Because yeah, originally I didn't think of, well, who do I know who needs this? But yeah, those are some great ideas. Thanks so much, Melanie.
Melanie, are you a franchise?
We are part of a franchise system. I'm not going to lie that the other half of the gift to myself would be if I could get out of a franchise and just be my own. Because if anybody that's ever franchised or paid a booth rent or anything like that knows that part of what you have goes to somebody else, and that part's frustrating. But we're surviving despite that. So I'm very happy to still be here.
Great.
We are the only franchise in Indiana, though, so we can go throughout the entire state. We've been all the way to Fort Wayne, out to Terre Haute, down to Evansville. Probably won't go out that far for a simple rodent dropping, but if it's something bigger, a big hoarder, a big biohazard, a drug lab, we're happy to go that far out and spend a few days in a different location.
Do you have to stay in Indiana though? You couldn't do like.
We can go anywhere we really want to, as long as we're not in somebody else's territory.
Okay.
So there's nobody in Ohio at all. Once we get down a little bit further south, we have a Louisville location, and I would let them have 99% of anything that comes in close to there. But there is a certification for drug lab remediation that you have to have in Indiana in order to do it. And so I wouldn't send anything to him for that. In fact, I don't think he even has the one for Kentucky. So I would probably be able to take his too.
Okay.
All right. Good. Thank you, Melanie. Are there any other questions? All right. We will move on to Brianna. Are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
I don't know. Maybe go on to Skylar.
There she is.
Oh, there she is. There she is. Yay.
Hey, I was not planning on being on video. So I'm doing this while baking apple pie. Like, we have a farm, so I'm doing the farm stuff, the canning and all that. So, but anyways, so my name is Brianna. I sell Norwex, which is a brand of microfiber of a lot of those drastic chemicals out of your life, your car, anywhere you're going. And I've been doing that for about 7 years. It's not my main job, but it's definitely something I'm pretty passionate about. My main job is a veterinary technician, which I don't see myself giving up at any point in time, but eventually my body will say no. So Norwex is my backup plan.
Very cool. Very cool. And what would you gift yourself, Brianna?
I think that I would give myself and I hope you can hear me over the 2-year-old. I hope that, or I guess I would give myself a permanent positive mindset about my business.
Yes.
So I see, I am positive, but then I see like all of, my Norwex family doing things, and I want to, I'm like, well, I want to do that, and it just doesn't happen, but it'll happen in God's time.
Absolutely.
And sometimes I get down, and I know that I know better than that, but I would just like not to ever do that.
All right. Very good. Well, I'm going to recommend that you definitely join our Collaborating Connections Facebook page. We put a lot of inspirational, motivational stuff out there to keep each and every one of us uplifted. And, you know, we want, as I mentioned, everybody to thrive, not just
Absolutely.
survive, but thrive. So we certainly hope that we can be of help to you there.
Absolutely. This has been great so far. So
Good, good. And additionally, I'm going to point out when Nancy mentioned earlier about her birds, Nancy is an animal lover, and you two
Yes.
definitely need to connect and talk. So awesome, awesome. Are there any other questions for Brianna and her Norwalk business?
Can I just say that I love that she is here. This girl's a rock star. She's running her business. She's running a farm, doing the stuff tonight, taking care of her kids. Like, Brianna, you're killing it. And whatever your Norwex family is doing, don't even worry about it because you're doing it too. And it's like, oh, you are inspiring. You're strong.
hey, thank you very much.
Super.
I do a
Yeah.
lot of things.
And you know, earlier when Melanie turned off her video to munch, we know that this is a busy time of day. It's, you know, after the regular work day, but this usually cuts into time with family and dinner time and etc. We love that you're here, that you showed up. And if you need to grab something to eat or tend to the little ones or deal with the pets, that's okay. We welcome you and are happy that each and every one of you are here. Next, I would like to invite Skylar Hughes. Are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Hey, yes.
Hello? Perfect. So sorry I don't have the video working. I'm on my phone at the moment. My name is Skylar. Currently I started working for Connor Insurance recently, this last month. And that's pretty much what I do. Right now my job is just an advisor assistant. So my boss, he's the one that's mainly connecting to everyone. And if he's got someone that needs a quote done, he'll send it off to me. And while I'm doing those quotes, I'm also learning how to make my own connections and learning more about the insurance world as I go as well. So that's kind of what me joining this was for, is just to get some experience. I am younger, I'm 24. So I'm trying to learn as much as I can and hopefully retire as soon as possible.
Well, all right. What would you give to yourself, Skylar? If you could give a gift to yourself or your business, what would that be?
Definitely knowledge. There's a lot to learn. I'm realizing that now, and more so every single day as things change, especially definitely in the insurance industry with everything we got going on with car prices, repair prices, all that stuff. So definitely knowledge is what I would give to myself.
All right. So Skylar, what type of insurance do you specialize in?
So I've been doing my main, since I have been selling insurance for about 2 years, it's mainly just been personal lines. So that'd be, you know, your auto, your home insurance, maybe your renters. If you have jewelry, we can do personal line, personal article policies and whatnot. So that's mainly what I specialize in. But what I would like to do is increase that and go into more like life or something of that nature, and just continue that on, kind of do all corners of insurance.
All right, gotcha.
But
Do we have?
yeah, I was going to say Connor Insurance, Skylar, and I'm glad you're on here. Skylar was connected to us by one of the agents at the office that used to be in our network, and we've had really great experiences with Connor Insurance. But not but anything, Skylar, they offer, what do you have, like 20 different carriers or something?
I believe, yeah, around that range, and we're actually adding more. We're in the works of talking to other carriers as well. So you can come to us with one thing and we'll look at 10 to 20 different carriers for you and come back to you with the best option in that case.
And Skylar, are they available all over? You're able to insure anywhere, right? Is that correct?
Absolutely. So we can do pretty much all 50 states. I'll say Florida is a little bit harder of the states, but other than
First,
that,
Carol.
we can, yeah, we can go pretty much anywhere.
But great company that we've had a great relationship with. And I would just tell you from my perspective, and the network and knowing I worked for AAA insurance. We were limited. If you have 20 different carriers you can look at, that's what we're always kind of looking at, these networking groups that, the one thing I don't think they offer is health insurance. I don't think. So Skylar might correct me, but none of our hunters have offered that. So it works out really well when you got somebody like Nancy doing that end of it. So but anyway, Skylar, we're glad you're here, and I'm still going to send you some information here in a little bit. Okay. So
Thank you. I definitely appreciate it.
thank you. Glad you're here.
Skylar, thanks so much for sharing that. And I don't know if you were on at the very beginning of the call when I was mentioning that we do have an opening for the auto home personal lines insurance person. So, and that is usually a popular spot amongst the networking groups, in that I'm sure that, you could be great referral partners with Robert Hailey, who does the mortgages, and Melanie, who's doing the hazards and cleaning around the houses. There's just so many opportunities. So please come back and visit with us again.
Absolutely. I appreciate the time you guys are giving me. Thank you.
You're welcome. So I'll introduce myself again. My name is, I haven't missed anybody, have I? Okay. My name is Dawn Evans Casey, and my company is Spa Travel. I have been in business since 2016 and am all about relaxed adventure. I was working full-time in corporate America, traveling 90% of the time, and a friend of mine said, Dawn, why don't you get paid for your travel? And I found a wonderful host agency, got my certification, and now I use my own personal experiences to give excellent customer service to my travel clients, helping them save time and money, and continuing to work with them as a travel advocate, even after the sale or the booking, when they're having issues with their travel provider, when things aren't quite right. I'm happy to contact the travel vendors and get things ironed out for their benefit. And vendors love to work with me because, of course, they want me to bring more business their way. So if you have any travel needs, whether that is domestic or international, car rentals, hotel reservations, cruises, girls getaway, international travel, safaris, etc. Spa Travel is happy to help. Additionally, since I've been in the TTR networking realm, my husband and I have started a nonprofit related to family history and genealogy. We work with families, teaching them how to do their own family history research and to combine all of that information into a keepsake, an album, photo album, detailed family trees that they can then continue to build on and pass forward to future generations. And that organization is called Claiming Your Roots. And we are on Facebook and have been in the nonprofit realm since, 2018. And lastly, I am also a confessed chocolate lover. And as of last fall, started writing my own chocolate blog called Cheerful Chocolate Spirit. And it is all about recipes, healthy chocolate eating, poetry, pictures, and just full of chocolate delights. So if you happen to be a chocolate lover like myself or know of anybody who is, please direct them to the Cheerful Chocolate Spirit on Facebook. just to stay on top of the quips, the chocolate holidays, and chocolate celebrations. That's about all about me. Does anyone have any questions that I might be able to address?
Did you say healthy chocolate?
Yes. About a year and a half to 2 years ago, I was diagnosed diabetic and thought that I was going to have to give up my lifelong favorite chocolate dessert. But I have since learned healthy chocolate eating recipes and how to maintain my sugar levels and still indulge in my favorite things. So yes, there is also healthy chocolate eating included. All righty. Well, if there are no other questions, and I know we do still have a little bit of time, I wanted to talk about, and we've had the opportunity tonight to hear a lot of those, well, a little bit more than 60-second, but a lot of those successful elevator pitches. And everybody has a slightly different take on how they do that pitch or that introduction. So last week we talked about how comfortable everybody was with their elevator pitch and if they switched it up from time to time depending upon their audience, which in most cases that's normal, that everybody kind of reads their audience and finds out what's going to fit best to keep their attention and get the message across. Additionally, we discussed how it's important to...
There she is. You froze again.
Oh, darn. Okay. We also talked about the importance of making sure that there was an ask within our pitch.
Okay.
So to make sure that we not only conveyed information, but that we have a call to action as part of our elevator pitch, asking the listener to respond, follow up, ask more questions, or perhaps, start the process of engaging with us in business. So all of that is very relevant. Feel free to watch the recording from last week. This week, I wanted to quickly talk about some variations of the elevator pitch. And as I talk about these, listen to what might work for you. What is your go-to pitch? The first one is an attention-grabbing question. Making sure that you start your elevator pitch with a question that of course leads the listener in and makes them want to hear more about you and your business. You can also combine the attention-grabbing question with a surprising statistic that'll make them go, oh, really? Wow, that's interesting. And of course, keep them engaged in the conversation. The next one is the question everything pitch. And that's when you're reading your listener, and for anything that they might respond that, oh, I don't need that, or I'm not interested, because that you respond to that question, to that doubt, with what's great about you and your company. That's another pitch opportunity. Another one is a credibility boost. And establishing credibility is essential in every elevator pitch. So when listeners think that you're credible, they're more open to your ideas. So you can incorporate evidence and statistics or stories that can boost your credibility to your listeners. The surprise ending pitch is something that makes sure that individuals are engaged to the end of what you're saying. If you give them something that is totally out of the blue or unexpected, where they really, that's amazing, and they want to hear more from you. That's when it's a great time to exchange your business cards or share your contact information, gather theirs, and make sure that you schedule a follow-up so that you can talk more. let's see. We also have the storyteller elevator pitch. And as Jennifer was mentioning earlier, everybody has a story. Your story, you hope that you're engaging somebody that your story becomes compelling to, something that maybe they didn't expect to hear from you, or something that really tugs at their heart or their mind and causes them to want to ask more questions. There is also a reality check pitch. And that's when you've got some information that you can convey that listener actually needs, that brings them to reality about something. And of course, that may engage them to pursue a follow-up conversation, ask more about you, your product, your business, etc. So it's the reality check pitch when you're listening in conversation and you realize you've got something to contribute that is beneficial to them, that is a reality check for them in some cases, and actually helps you meet their needs. So those are, there's also a comedic spin example of an elevator pitch. So I'm sure each of you have had an instance where someone has approached you, whether you were ready for it or not, with a rather funny, comical, sometimes outlandish type of an approach. So the comedic spin is one of those situations where you really have to feel out your listening audience to see if that's something that they would be welcoming, or something that they need to, say, break the ice or change the energy in the room and make somebody laugh. So with all of those in mind, I'd like to open the floor to conversation. Does anyone have a go-to elevator pitch technique that they'd like to share with us that falls into any of those previous categories? No?
I'll share because
Okay.
mine's easy. All I have to do is say, well, I do crime scene cleaning. And usually that's a jaw dropper and invites them to ask more questions. So that's not going to work for everybody. I understand that. But for me, it's like the saying something shocking and it gets them very interested. And then it becomes a whole new conversation.
Oh, yeah.
So probably even 60 seconds.
I can see that. Yeah. I'd be one of those people. I'd be like, tell me more.
Right. And that really is what you're trying to do no matter what industry you're in. I mean, Melanie just happens to have this really good, who doesn't want to know about that? Really. We don't want to know all the gory details, but we do kind of. There's kind of that, yeah, Nancy's shaking her head. Yeah, we kind of do, right? But we've been talking about, you need to do the elevator pitch, and Dawn, you may be going to say this, but literally 30 to 45 seconds, you're riding in an elevator. You have to share, you have to sell yourself, or pique the curiosity of the person in the elevator with you, right? And if Melanie said that in the elevator, I'd say, okay, let's go have coffee. You need to tell me, I don't like coffee, but I want to know more about, I don't, but that's it, so.
So I'll just add on top of it, in that 45 seconds to a minute, your two priorities are, one, to define your unique selling proposition. Who are you? Why are you talking to them? How can you help? And two, create your engagement question. Make sure that you give them something to follow up with. Well, let's talk again. Or please visit my website. Or can I gather your contact information and put you on my, if you do a newsletter or something of that nature. There are all types of engagement opportunities beyond that 45 to 60 seconds that you can consider and understand what works best in each situation and be ready to share that with your potential client. Okay? So we are at 7:32. Does anybody have anything that they'd like to share before we wrap up this evening?
No?
No, but I have a joke. I have a joke to
What you
close.
got, Jennifer?
It's a summer joke. Summer's fleeting. People are getting into fall, so it's a good. Okay, so Nancy, you can't. No, I'm just saying. She usually has something to say about. Anyway, what does Cinderella wear at the beach? You're all looking at me crazy. What does Cinderella wear at the beach? Glass flippers.
Corny.
It's the kind that makes your eyes roll back in your head. Okay, it's
That was good.
everybody's crying now. Why did you tell her? Dawn, you opened the door for them.
I did. I did.
Yeah, there you go.
Guilty. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you for that laugh. Laughter is what we all need for sure. I want to encourage you all to make sure that you follow up, do those one-on-one meetings, get to know each other better, find out what you have in common and how you can help. And I also want each and every one of you to go forward and have a wonderfully productive and great rest of the week. So please come back and visit with us again. We'll look forward to seeing everybody next Tuesday night at 6 p.m. here on Zoom. All righty. Good night. Take care, everyone.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.